to make a toast to Wolfgang Puck, the Wölffer Estate Vineyard, and the James Baird Foundation. I'm Sarah Hayden, and WVVH is the official television sponsor for tonight's event. I hope you can join us. There will be plenty of wine, champagne, food, and of course, good company. I'm here with Susan Ungaro. She is the president of the James Baird Foundation. Tell us a little bit about the mission of the foundation and how tonight came to be.
Well, the James Baird Foundation's mission is to celebrate culinary excellence in the United States and also to educate the future chefs of America. And Chefs in Champagne really is a great party for a great cause. This is our 18th year here in the Hamptons, and we're celebrating, we always celebrate an honoree that has had some significant history with the foundation, and tonight's honoree Wolfgang Puck is really very special and dear to the history and the heart of the foundation. He helped us with our first major fundraising dinner at the Beard House on West 12th Street in 1987.
And tell us a little bit about that house. There's a lot of history there, obviously, and let's just hear about that.
Well, the James Beard House is in the Village. It's actually, the foundation is housed in the home where James Beard wrote his cookbooks, taught classes, and for over 20 years now we've been raising money. Over 250 days out of the year, chefs from all over the country and the world come and create their best dinner at the Beard House, and it's really the best kept secret in New York because anybody can come and enjoy a meal at the Beard House. If they go online, they can see what's cooking 250 days out of the year.
So is it necessarily professionals that come in to learn, or could you be, just kind of getting into the whole cooking world and you want to pick up a few tips? Do you come in?
Well, actually, the chefs who create the dinners are professionals from around the country, but members and people can come and enjoy a dinner and learn a little bit about what's going on. We also have some educational series, one that's free to students, and we ask for a donation called Beard on Books. It's twice a month, and we have authors from all over the country come and talk about their latest books and kind of bring back the art of conversation about food and food trends in New York City.
And now, why does the Hamptons work for this foundation to have this event here tonight at the Wölffer Estate? Why does this work?
Yeah. Well, we're so excited to be part of the Wölffer Estate Winery for this event. It's a beautiful setting. They're actually celebrating their 20th anniversary. We've been coming here for over 10 years to the Wölffer Estate to celebrate Chefs in Champagne here. And it's just a great setting, a beautiful setting in the Hamptons. And, we just seem to get a great crowd out here every year to celebrate the foundation and to celebrate all the great chefs. Tonight we have over 35 chefs from all over the country cooking in honor of our honoree Wolfgang Puck.
Joining us now is Ernie with one of our featured chefs, Fabio Trabocchi, and he is the owner of the restaurant Fiamma. Take it away, Ernie.
All right, so that's
oysters, high tuna, and then there is a little bit of the tartness and sharpness of the sorrel sauce, and then a little bit of lemon and the fragrance of lemon zest on top.
one of the chefs who's here at Chefs in Champagne, the James Beard Foundation, is Fabio Trabocchi. And Fabio, congratulations.
Thank you.
You are at the top. You've made it. This is a gentleman who's been honored by the James Beard Foundation as a top chef. You've also been honored. I was looking at the history here. You were, 3 stars New York Times recently. He's the chef partner of Fiamma.
Fiamma.
Now, Fiamma is flame in Italian. Flaming. And just like a flaming object, you can't characterize it. You can't box it. Italian restaurant, but more than that.
And, it's an honor to be here. You say you made it, not yet.
What is that?
Chefs never made it. We always have to be humble. Very humble.
It's true, because you work every day for that meal that comes about.
We're only as good as our last meal. But it's great to be out here in the Hamptons. It's great to celebrate Wolfgang Puck. It's an inspiration for any chef of any generation, certainly for any generation to come. And for me, it's a big inspiration.
You've taken Italian food and you've brought it to a whole new level. In fact, if I may, I just have to read Frank Bruni, who's the chief writer for the New York Times for food and restaurants, describes you and your restaurant in a language of its own. You can't characterize it as Italian. It's brought up a whole new level. It's in Soho, right?
It is. It's in Soho, and it is Italian. It's rooted in Italian tradition. It's a little bit more upgraded and contemporary, and there is a lot of twist coming from me. You know.
Well, the quote of Frank Bruni that I want to mention to you, there are two quotes. One is that your food is prepared with finesse. It's the definition of luxury, no matter the geography, no matter the language.
I love that sentence.
I love that sentence. But he said that your food is as Italian as a poodle in a Prada scarf.
Who doesn't want to own a Prada scarf?
Your influences, you're from Italy, from Le Marche.
And the
Le Marche region in Italy, you were exposed to, you grew up with your father, grandfather.
I grew up with my father, who was in love with food, and you know, we've been a family around food, so that's how I grew up. My dad was giving me an education about food. He didn't even know I would become a chef one day. For him, it was normal. And then I started to travel around. My career took me to different countries. And that's maybe why there is a little bit of a personalized style into what I try to do with Italian food.
I know prior to coming here a year or so ago, you were in Washington, D.C.
I was in Washington.
And major job, major restaurant, major accolades, 4 stars, Washington Post. And then you decided to come to New York, and a staff of 12 accompanied you to be part of Fiamma.
I'm just very lucky that they did, and you know, it was the most rewarding moment in a career. You know, all the accolades and awards are very important, but having the loyalty of 12 of your team to follow you somewhere else and putting their life at the brand new arena, that's a really, really special moment.
Our viewers will be able to check out your website and to see your menu, but you've created a menu that changes with the seasons.
It changes with the season, but also changes every day. So we're printing a brand new menu every day, based on what's available, what's on the market, what comes to us, what we find out there. And so we always keep it fresh. I think that's the key also, you know, it's one of the basics of Italian cuisine.
Well, just like James Beard, Fabio is an author. I know you were influenced going into this whole field, not only by your family, but by reading that great work of the Italian author of regional foods.
Absolutely.
And you, in turn, have created your own works. You're a published author. You give classes also. You invite people. This is so wonderful. How great it is for New York City that Fabio Trabocchi decided to leave London, Washington, D.C., and come to be with us in Soho.
It's great to be in New York, and great to be with so many great chefs around it. So, you know, it's good to be here.
I'm here with Roman Roth, the award-winning winemaker here at the Wölffer Estate. It's the 20th anniversary tonight, and just fill us in on the whole procedure. I know you guys are, you know, you have this European style as you grow the grapes vertically. Fill us in on all that.
Well, we're very proud of Long Island. I think we have a great region here. The nice thing is that this region is similar to Bordeaux, similar to some European vineyards. And I think our attention to detail, maybe our upbringing or the focus on every vine makes us, I think, one of the great wineries on the East Coast, and we're pretty excited to share it today with Chefs and Champagne, with all these great people and trendsetters.
Well, how do you feel about having all this champagne on the premises? What does this make you think?
Well, if one day we have chefs and sparkling wine, then we'll pour the Wölffer sparkling wines.
Absolutely, sounds good. Thank you for your time and enjoy the evening.
Well, nice to meet you.
I'm here with Mary and Sharon, and they are professionals at attending this event. Tell me, you've been here for 4 years. What is the trick? Pace yourself? What do you have to do here?
Yeah, you have to pace yourself with the champagne first of all, and then you want to start with the entrees and then work your way into the desserts. Otherwise, your stomach does a couple of flips.
And it looks like here you guys have a very light dish that you're trying out. What do we have?
Delicious. I think it's an heirloom tomato and salad of some sort. Delicious. And usually we start with the salads and the seafood, go on to the meats and then the desserts. And Little champagne, little wine. It's all delicious.
I'm here with Wolfgang Puck, and we are at the Baird Foundation event this evening. Tell us, why is it so important to support a foundation such as this one?
Well, I think the Baird Foundation really is a fantastic thing in the culinary world, because it really provides money for culinary students to go to the CIA, to go to Johnson & Wales, and you know, get the training necessary to become chefs afterwards. And I think when I remember James Beard from the old time, you know, he was a passionate cooking teacher. He loved food, and most of it, he was the first one who really loved and preached American ingredients are as good as anywhere.
And now a lot of young people are in those hot kitchens, and they're sweating and they're working hard to make it in this business. Do you have any advice for those young people starting out?
Well, I really believe the most important thing in any profession today is patience. You know, a lot of young people, they want to be on the Food Network the first year, and they want to own their own restaurant the second year. You know, it takes time. And I think a lot of people today want to have everything in a year or two. So I think it's great for young people to go out, learn their craft, learn how to be really a good manager, to be a great cook, and then become a chef or own your own restaurant.
And now I have an understanding too that you really favor local ingredients or organic ingredients. Have you gotten an opportunity to explore out here on the eastern end of Long Island?
Well, I think the whole Long Island part of the country is really like a vegetable garden. Vineyards, vegetables, so you have everything here, plus wonderful fish. So whoever has a restaurant out here, I think they're really lucky. They might not be as lucky in the wintertime when there's not enough people out here, but I think this part here is really special.
And as far as the West Coast versus the East Coast, because we all know that you've made quite a statement out there in California, how does it compare, the two coasts?
Well, I think they're completely different. They're thousands of miles apart, first of all, and I think each one has great parts and not so great parts. We have the great part that our climate is much better than the one here. So we have great ingredients even in the winter time, in late fall or early spring, whenever. And here, you know, in the winter time it freezes, so you have to buy all the stuff from California. So we are really lucky. Then on the other hand, you have better seafood here and much of a higher variety of seafood on the East Coast than on the West Coast.
And as far as your career goes personally, when did you decide to stop being so patient and to just explode into books and television, and when did you make that move?
Well, I really think first I learned my craft. I went to an apprenticeship in Austria for 3 years. Then I worked for 7 years in France in some of the best restaurants. And then I came to the US, worked as a chef, and in '82 really when we opened Spago, it's where it all started. Then we opened Chinois in '83, and then we continued to grow in the '90s. Early 2000s, so I started to work on the Food Network, but already in 1987 I started with Good Morning America. So I was probably the first chef on Good Morning America or on David Letterman.
So you've made quite an impression on this entire industry, and we certainly appreciate coming out and supporting this foundation tonight.
Thank
so
you.
Thank you.
It's really a great place.
I'm here with Dennis Susskind, the president of the Hampton Classic Horse Show. You know, if you're not in one horse paddock, you're in another. What do you think about tonight's event?
Well, this is a great event because James Beard was, you know, a great chef and a celebrity, and he really promoted great cuisine around the world. So this is really a super event, bringing all these great chefs together, giving people the opportunity of tasting it right here at the great Wölffer Estate. So I'm happy to be here and to explore and to eat.
Great. Well, we hope you find delicious food later on and enjoy your night.
Thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
I'm here with Michael Musto. Tell me, you're an expert on covering this event now. What are you expecting to see tonight?
I've already done every single booth. My friend and I have sampled everything here. Everything's amazing. I can't complain. We actually went through the program, which has a listing of all the 35 chefs and what they're serving, and we circled, we initialed, I'm M, my friend is C, which ones we're going to want. Guess what? I wanted them all, it turned out.
And are you satisfied with what you've seen tonight? What was the end result?
Yeah, I mean, I like the summery things. Like, you don't want like a real thick lobster salad with a lot of mayonnaise today, though I did have that. But I like the gazpachos. I tried 4 different gazpachos. There was like a watermelon, a white grape, even a tomato, basic tomato one. There was duck, there was steak, there's...
So for you, is it all about the food, or are you sampling the wine as well?
I don't drink, so I kind of feel like a eunuch at an orgy.
That is okay, you know? Just enjoy the food. It's delicious enough. I'm here with Jeffrey Chodorow. He is the owner of China Grill, very well known in New York. Tell us a little bit about your new restaurant out here in East Hampton.
Well, I opened up a restaurant called Kobe Beach Club. That Kobe Club at the beach, which is a steakhouse that's in Miami and New York. And I thought, you know, it'd be fun for the summer. Fun is a relative word.
It's always a big project having a restaurant.
Well, you know, I felt that the Hamptons is a great place to expose that concept to this customer base, because I think this customer base is my customer. So you know, when 15 years ago, when I did my first advertising, I did it in the Hamptons because I thought that was my customer, and it worked. So I figured, let me...
I'm bringing it back home.
That's right.
So tell me about the sophistication of the chefs that we have here and the people that are on display here.
Oh, you know, well, of course they have people from all over the country, and it's, you know, these events are fantastic. The only problem is that you eat too much, and you know, you have to pace yourself. You start at the beginning, and you want to have everything, but it's, you know, 30 plates of a little bit is a lot of food.
I'm here with Prima. She's just here enjoying the food and enjoying this evening out in the Hamptons. Tell me, what do you think about all of this?
It's really great. I participated in planning the James Beard Award, so it's great to come to one of their other events, and it looks like it's going to be very successful.
And what do you think about the food and the wine and the champagne so far?
It's very delicious. It looks all good. I can't wait to try everything.
All right, well, enjoy your night. I'm here with Marion Edwards. She's just enjoying the night as well. Tell me, you know, a lot of people when they come out here for the weekends, they entertain at home. Are you learning anything, watching these chefs and taking any of that away?
Absolutely. I love every chef here, and as much as I can learn here, I will, but I'd really like to take a cooking course too, somewhere, maybe at the James Beard Foundation.
Maybe, it's a good spot to learn. I'm here with Barbara Polywater. She is the Regional Director for the American Heart Association. They do a lot of events out here on the eastern end of Long Island. Tell us, what do you think about tonight's event?
I'm looking forward to seeing who has some heart-healthy food here than what they're serving everybody here on the East End.
Yeah, and what have you found so far? Anything?
Well, I see a lot of fresh fruits and vegetables, which is a really great way to start. And you know, there's a lot of good chefs here tonight, so I'm just gonna enjoy a lot of the good food.
Hopefully they'll pull in some organic flavors for us and some local farm stands, maybe.
Exactly.
Who knows?
Don't put green and yellow.
And now we're going to catch up with Ernie. He has our featured chef, Ben Pollinger of Oceana Restaurant in Midtown Manhattan.
We're looking at Long Island bluefish escabeche with tomatilla salsa and verde largus. Long Island bluefish is really one of the hallmarks of summertime here in the Northeast. It runs for a couple of months in the summer. It's a great sport fish here. Catch it right off the beach, and it's really just this fantastic rich fish, better than tuna in the summertime. What we do is we cook it slowly in a marinade of extra virgin olive oil and sherry vinegar with a little bit of garlic and chilies. And I serve it with a tomatillo salsa. Tomatillos are also called husk tomatoes. They kind of look like a green tomato. We chop them up, toss them with a little garlic, some chilies, some cilantro, some toasted coriander, some toasted cumin, and we serve it with verde largus. This here is verde largus. It's a Mexican herb, actually. We up here mostly know it as purslane. Grows like a weed in our garden. This actually came from my house, and it's real nice. It's moist, it's crisp, it's juicy, and it's a perfect spoil for the richness of the fish and the acidity of the tomatilla salsa.
Ben Pollinger, and welcome to this event.
Thanks, Ernie. Thank you very much. It's great to be here.
You're with
Oceana.
Oceana is located on 54th Street, 55 East
54th in Manhattan.
It is an unbelievable place, and I've been there. Amazing.
It's fantastic. We just got a great review last Wednesday, a good 3-star review in the New York Times. It's what we've been working for. I've been at Oceana now 2 years, and this was really our goal. And it's it's something great that we've achieved. I've got a great team behind me, and it's really due to their efforts.
Well, this event here is the James Beard Foundation event, Chefs and Champagne. And you never met James Beard. He passed away in 1986. But if anyone epitomizes what a James Beard chef is, it's you. You're true to the ideals of fresh food, cooking into making it the best it can be. A little bit about yourself. Prior to coming to Oceana, where were you?
Most recently, I was the chef de cuisine, or the #2 in charge of a restaurant in Manhattan called Tabla, which was new Indian cuisine. And I carry a lot of that influence with me in my cooking. For instance, today we're doing really a Mexican-inspired dish of Long Island bluefish escabeche, or pickled bluefish, from right off of here on Long Island, served with a tomatilla salsa with some toasted spices and verdolagas, which is a Mexican herb. So.
And you also, someone told me you grow your own herbs, and you're so into it from every aspect of it. Your seasonal cooking, you change your menu constantly.
I do. I have a 500 square foot garden at my home in New Jersey, and I grow 22 different varieties of herbs, anywhere from 15 to 20 different varieties of vegetables. And for instance, today, all the verdolagas and the cilantro that we're serving in our dish today came from my garden. Our pastry chef, Jansen Chan, is serving lemon balm gelée with his raspberry baba. All the lemon balm comes from my garden. It's really great to have this connection with the land. My grandfather got me gardening when I was 5 years old. Well before I would have imagined I would have been a cook, let alone a chef. And it's just really something I've carried with me. And to have that connection and understanding of what it takes to bring something to the table, I think helps make me a better chef.
To be designated a top chef and to be honored and selected to be here for the James Beard Foundation, that must make you very proud.
It's certainly fantastic. When I graduated from cooking school, these are the kind of restaurants that I would have aspired to just simply work at. And then now, 11 years later, I find myself, as you said, at the helm of the big ship Oceana. And it's a place that I would have felt lucky to have just simply worked at as a cook. And now to find myself as a chef, to find myself winning great reviews for the restaurant, it's really an amazing experience.
Congratulations, continued success in what you're doing. I got to ask you one question.
Sure,
what are you having to eat tomorrow? Because we need to know, what as a chef, what will you be eating tomorrow?
I'm going to go to a diner and I'm going to get a Reuben.
Ben, who's our guest here?
Hey, this is Jansen Chan. He's the executive pastry chef with us at Oceana Restaurant.
Jason, what are you offering our participants today here?
Excellent. Well, we have a twist on the traditional rum baba. Instead of the baba is a yeast cake that has been soaked traditionally in a syrup with some rum. Today we have it soaked in a raspberry syrup with a splash of raspberry brandy. That's served on the side with some lemon balm gelée and some fresh creme fraiche. So it's nice and tart and light, perfect for a summer day.
Stay with us. This is WVVH Hamptons Television, and we're at Chefs and Champagne. I'm here with world-famous Sergio Marchionne from La Cirque Restaurant. Tell us, are you enjoying tonight's event?
I always have been coming here from the very beginning, so sometimes that thing that you like to do, and there's a lot of friends that we meet and people.
How has the event grown since you started coming?
It's growing. It's a different story. At the beginning, you know, they want big name and all the big name. So now they do for young people, which I think is even better.
That's great.
Young chef, so they need to be encouraged.
And any advice for young chefs that are
Try
learning?
to find a better job.
One of our main initiatives, besides giving out what are considered the Oscars of the food industry, is to also support educational initiatives. And today we have two scholars with us just to bring to life our educational mission to educate.
I'm here with Christina and Rob, and they just received some scholarships from the James Beard Foundation. Tell me, what are your future plans? What are you hoping to aspire to be?
I'm going into baking and pastry arts, and I'm hoping maybe to teach in high school and teach others about culinary.
And what about you?
I'm currently going for food service. I'm looking to open my own place eventually, and before that work into the restaurant, learn the...
And what do you guys feel about this scholarship? What kind of an opportunity does this give you?
Oh my gosh, it's awesome. Like, it just opens more doors to everything. Yeah.
And what about you? Have you been able to sample any of the food this evening?
The food's great. This has got to be some of the best food I've ever had.
Good. All right. Well, congratulations once again, and good luck with your future.
Thank you.
Somebody who's a great innovator in our culinary industry. He is a recipient of over 6 James Beard Awards, and then tonight makes his 7th, being our honoree here, including Outstanding Chef twice from the James Beard Foundation. He's in our Who's Who. He's won 2 Emmys for his Food Network television show. I could go on, but really it's just an honor for us to have this wonderful chef here tonight. He had a history with James Beard and the James Beard Foundation, and we're just so happy that you're with us tonight.
Last year is the first time I came out here to our friend Waldo's house in East Hampton, and I said, you know what, they can honor me here every weekend. I will come. It is certainly so beautiful, and now that we have the champagne to go with it, so I really can come every weekend. But I think I'm involved with the James Beard Foundation. I remember meeting Jim Beard in the early 80s, or really 81, 82, and I think he was truly a visionary at that time. And he told me, and I think it was in 1981 or 82 when he came to Spargo and said, you know, one of the best things, we know you're a good cook, but one of the great things is that you use all local ingredients. You use the vegetables from the farmers. We had the Chino farms. We used squab from the Carpenter Ranch and so on. And naturally, we had a lot of wines from California. And I said, to me, it sounds completely normal. Why would you buy something from 1,000 miles away or more so? Except if it's white truffles, then it's all right. But not many other things we had to use from somewhere else. And I think he was the first one really to say, you know what, American ingredients are as good as anywhere, as the ingredients in Italy, in France, or anywhere. And I just came back from Sardinia, and I had the tomatoes over there, and you know what, in New Jersey they have better tomatoes than in Sardinia. And now we're going to taste the red wine from the Wölffer Estate. We'll see if it lives up to part 2. But I'm sure it does. But I think today in food and wine in America, because of people like Jim Beard, I think we are where we are. And years ago, when people talked in Europe about food and wine in America, they said, you know, in America all they do is eat hot dogs and hamburgers. Now we know that times have changed, and people from Europe come over here and study in America, work in restaurants in America. Not only do we have some of the most talented chefs in America now, but I think we have the wines to go with it, we have the service to go with it, and because of organizations like the James Beard Foundation, they can help underprivileged children or young people to go to the culinary school and learn the greatest profession in the world. So I'm certainly very, very happy to be here to receive all these wonderful presents. My family is here. My wife Galila and my 2 little boys running around. I think you better watch them so they don't drink too much wine and champagne, because they're only 3 years old. But I think hopefully everybody enjoys the food and has a great time, because that's what's all about. In the most beautiful setting here, I think the Wölffer Estate and Long Island are some of the most beautiful parts anywhere in the world. So thank you all for coming, and thank you for supporting the James Beard Foundation.
So Susan and Wolfgang, any words to everyone for next year?
Well, we hope to see you again, and I want to thank again Wolfgang for being our honoree this year. It was really a special honor to have him here, and we hope to invite everybody back.
You know, I will come back because I had great food, great champagne. The best way to spend an afternoon. I don't think any other way. I think it's better than going to the beach or anything. You can taste the food from 30 restaurants, have great wine and champagne in a beautiful setting. This is really a special day.
Absolutely. I'm so glad you finally got to indulge in some of that food and wine.
Thank
Cheers,
you.
guys.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers.